think for one day, if someone tells us no meat, you're going to be vegetarian for one day. You're like, oh. Every time you walk by KFC, every time you walk by McDonald's, you walk by one of the hawker stands, satay stands, I'm vegetarian. Just imagine one day, no lying. No, not even a teeny little lie. One of your ugly friends that you don't like call you up and they want to go eat, and din. You say, no, because my great grandmother's sister's dog died. I can't. No lies. Imagine one day of no sexual misconduct or contact at all. None. No thoughts of it. Not even contact. You think, oh, one day what's a big deal? For some of us, it's like, I'm already a nun. But not even the thought of it. Not even a thought. Not even attraction to it. Nothing. Nothing. You're just a fruit. Oh. In any case, imagine one day of not having any negative motivations. Me. One whole day, none. Of self-cherishing mind. Of putting yourself a priority. One day that from morning to night, you are Mother Teresa. All day, non-stop. All you think about is others. You don't think about yourself. And one day of no attachment. No makeup, no hair, no clothes, no nothing. Just one whole day. And that whole day is filled with light and love, compassion, clairvoyance, skills, great planning for others, skillful speech, skillful action, and not self-cherishing mind, other-cherishing mind, altruistic mind. Imagine one day of that. And imagine the altruistic side, forget it, just one day of discipline, of cutting out our delusions and illusions, one day of that. And then imagine 2 days of that. Imagine 3 days of that. Imagine 4 days, 1 week, 1 year, 1 month. Imagine a whole lifetime of ethics, morality, compassion. Imagine one lifetime of not lying, of not working for the benefit of oneself, of not thinking about earning, getting, me. Just one whole lifetime. Think about that. And then imagine the energy that creates. Not lying for one whole lifetime. Not lying will, in short, create a type of speech that when you talk, people will listen. When you talk, it has substance. When you talk, it will be properly enunciated. When you talk, people understand. When you talk, it moves people's hearts. When you talk, it changes people's lives. When you talk, it changes the brutal mind of a person from that of like an animal into that of a higher being. Animals think for themselves. Me. It may be cute for a puppy to fight for his food and fight for a bone, but it's not cute for a person to fight other people for their money. So imagine that if you don't lie, you will be born with a speech that is melodious, pleasant, good words, captivating, very clear. The point is brought across. Not only a good speaker is not enough, but a type of speech that transforms people's minds, transform people's lives, transform people's inertia, people's delusions and illusions, and type of speech that motivates them from doing self-cherishing acts that bring them to more sufferings, to acts that bring them to happiness. So being a good speaker is not enough. It is a type of speech that has the power of truth and altruism from lifetimes or a life of practices in lifetime after lifetime, that when this person speaks, it profoundly moves another person, sometimes to tears. Why? To make them realize what is going on in them and what is really the purpose of life. That type of speech doesn't come from practice. That type of speech doesn't come from a book, doesn't come from learning. That type of speech comes from lifetime of telling the truth and using the speech to benefit others, and using the speech for positive reasons, and using the speech not to get money, sex, rock and roll, drugs, fun, and increase attachments, but using the speech to increase people's happiness, increase people's mind, increase peace, increase love, increase the altruism, and using the speech to destroy delusion, using the speech to destroy the very causes that make people themselves and other people unhappy. So that type of speech becomes very, very, very powerful. Why? It is through speech that we can create wars. It is through speech we can create peace. Even people who have excellent motivation, but they speak not well or wrongly, can create wars. Even people who have nasty motivation, but if they're very good in their speech, they can make things move. Imagine a person with good motivation, good intention, and they speak to benefit others. And then they use their speech, their tongue, their teeth, their mouth, their vocal cords. They use their speech in what? In changing people's lives from self-ingratiating activities that bring harm and unhappiness to themselves and the ones they love to benefit for themselves and others and everyone. Imagine a person who uses their speech like that, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So this type of person will eventually have Buddha's speech. What is Buddha's speech? They have 60 melodious qualities of Brahma, it is said. 60 melodious qualities. Out of the worldly gods, Brahma is said to have the most beautiful and melodious voice. So they have 60 qualities of their voice. 60 qualities. They have the power of speech of a Buddha. Some examples of the power of speech of Buddha, which you can get into more detail in the Lamrim, is when they speak, although they speak one subject, one word, whatever your level of intelligence, it will penetrate your mind and it will hit you. So if you're there in your intelligence, you're there in this intelligence, you're there in this intelligence, when they speak, it will hit you at your level and you will understand at your level. And even when people get together later, they understand it differently, but it affects them deeply and it changes their lives. That's the power of speech of an enlightened being or an advanced being or a Buddha. So when they speak, it isn't just nice words to pick up a pretty girl. It isn't sweet words to just get a good deal on a house or a product for bargaining at Pasamamam. It is the type of speech that, because some people you see, they're very good in talking, but when it comes to changing people's lives, when they talk, they can't do anything. So good speech is not that it sounds nice and you can get things done. Good speech is that it benefits. It changes people's lives because it arises from altruism. So therefore, a Buddha's speech is that when they speak, it hits everybody at their level. 1, 2, whether you're very far away or you're nearby, the level it hits your ear will be exactly the same. That's a Buddha's speech. Just think, during Buddha's time, there was no microphones, speakers, sound systems. Thousands of people gathered to listen to Buddha. Thousands of people gathered to listen to Lord Jesus. How? These enlightenment activities, they heard, they can hear. And when they speak, it's heard in many languages simultaneously, on many levels. So for beings who don't need speech to hear by clairvoyance, they will hear clairvoyantly immediately. And whatever they speak soothes the mind, calms the mind, like water on a fire. There are many, many qualities of speech, and everything that they speak becomes, this is very important, everything they speak becomes a method, a path, a cause for enlightenment. That is a Buddha speech. That's in short. Now a Buddha mind dwells minute after minute, hour after hour, day after day, in skillful means on benefiting others, how to benefit others, direct methods, indirect methods. And when they look at you, when they understand you, they perceive your previous lives, down to a pore of your hair, down to your eyebrows, the shape of your eyes, the color of your skin, everything, and the causes for you to have that result. They look at you, they see directly. Your previous lives, unlimited. Your future lives, unlimited. What you are now, even the cause of a single pore on your skin, they know the cause. And not only do they see you in the present, they see the past, the present, and the future simultaneously, all in one shot. And that's just you and every single sentient being on this planet, in the universe, in samsara, they perceive directly exactly what they perceive you, and everything that's going on, everything that's moving, everything that's perceivable Tokpa, perceivable. They perceive simultaneously. And yet they can talk to you, yet they're aware and they're alert. This is a Buddha mind. And this is based on altruism, compassion, that derives from many lifetimes of ethical, moral practices. Dharmakaya form is the Buddha's mind. Non-tangible, unperceivable, and anyone below that level cannot perceive. It doesn't need a body to be perceived. It can only be perceived by another Buddha. The end. Sambhogakaya form is a Buddha's body in enjoyment form. Enjoyment means not that he runs around enjoying himself. It means a form where it looks like as if he's enjoying himself. Example, when the Buddha manifests as Avalokiteshvara, oh God, it's fabulous. Avalokiteshvara is white, wearing beautiful raiments, beautiful jewels, fabulous hair, clothes that fit, jewelry, ornaments on a fabulous lotus amidst an aureole of light. He doesn't smell. His body is perfectly V-shaped. It's soft. It's strong. Yet it's just emitting light. And I mean, wouldn't you enjoy yourself if you had that body? So imagine if you had such a body like Tara, or Avalokiteshvara, you'd be enjoying yourself, man. Why is it enjoyment body? It's a body that shows you the results of their practice. So that is perceivable by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and high-level practitioners who have visions of these beings. But ordinary schmucks like me cannot see. So for ordinary schmucks like me, who can't see the enjoyment body, Sambhogakaya, or perceive the truth body, Dharmakaya, which is without form, we have to stick with the Nyamanakaya. Nyamanakaya, in Tibetan, we call Tulku. 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 Tul means to emanate. Ku means body, emanated body. So a Tulku is a being, high-level being. A real Tulku is a high-level being that is emanated from either the Dhammakaya or the Sambhogakaya forms of the Buddhas. And they emanate into bodies that are coarse and rough and that needs the 4 elements, the 5 aggregates to function to benefit others. So the mind that this being is in is, of course, Dharmakaya, but the body that they have is Nirmanakaya. And that body, because it is borrowed of this earth, borrowed of this planet, borrowed of the mineral and resources here. Why is it borrowed here? Because this being's on this planet and they need to relate to the beings of this planet. Maybe on another planet where Mercury is the predominant material, maybe they take a body of Mercury. It doesn't really matter. But on this planet, it's the 5 aggregates and the 4 elements. And therefore, they take on this body like a hotel room to use. It is subject to decay. It is subject to sickness. It is subject to imbalance. It is subject to heat. It is subject to, deterioration because it is a body that's borrowed. It doesn't reflect the enlightened being. Example, His Holiness the Panchen Lama, who is Amitabha himself, gets old, can be poisoned, will die, but it doesn't affect his mind. His incarnation come back again, but his body does get old. Why? The body doesn't belong to enlightened mind. It is borrowed to be used to spread enlightenment. So, like that, these 3 bodies arise from the mind of the Holy Buddha.